What's up, gang? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Janique. Thank you so much for tuning back in today if you are a returning subscriber. However, if this is your first time joining me, make sure you lock into my channel by clicking on that subscribe button and also click on the notification bell. That way you don't miss an episode of anything that I do here. Today I'm going to be talking about the importance of loving yourself. So if you're interested in hearing more about that topic, make sure you stick around until the end of the video. Let's go ahead and hop into it.
I look like money, grab your camera, I'll say cheese. What am I supposed to do? When my life look like my pictures do. What? He still ain't posted you. Come let me show you what you supposed to do. Go, bounce up on that dude. Go show these niggas they can't F with you. Look what you made me do. I gotta show you how it will move.
You know, I was blessed with 20/20 vision, so I have the ability to see everything exactly how it is. Now, that can also be looked at as a curse because since I'm able to see everything exactly how it is, I have to see myself for exactly who I am. I don't have the luxury of pretending to see myself as someone other than who I am, like some people who don't have the best vision. And I don't know if that's a thing that some people who have vision problems experience, but I just see everything exactly how it is. Now, because of that, if there is any flaw or imperfection, I see it as well. I'm no different than another person. I grew up in a time where social media was just starting. We had MySpace first, then Facebook, Twitter, then Instagram, and then the rest of the social media is just fall in line. But for years, I've been seeing what social media has done to a person's confidence. Before social media, we didn't have the ability to see people who are quote unquote perfect. We only saw the people that we experience in our daily reality, which are real people. Now, nobody is perfect, and because nobody is perfect, that should give you a little peace of mind when it comes to loving and accepting who you are as a person. God makes no mistakes. So everyone that is on earth, no matter how they look, what their makeup is, it wasn't a mistake. There is a reason that you have the eyes you have. There's a reason you have the nose you have, the mouth, the body style, the body type, the hair type, the hair length, the foot size, your height in general. There's a reason that you are who you are. Your makeup that God provided to you is going to be essential for whatever your purpose here is on earth. Now, I know that's hard to believe because every single day people are hair shaming, they are lip shaming, eye shaming, body shaming, stomach shaming, butt shaming. I mean, they are making you feel bad no matter what shape you come in, no matter what size you come in. There's someone out there that's going to try to make you feel bad for how you look. And I don't like doing that because that's almost as if you're questioning God. Like, okay, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So our standards on beauty stem from how we grew up. It stems from the programming we received when we grew up. For instance, when I was growing up, my skin color was not accepted as much as it is right now. I was talked about, I was ridiculed, I was the butt of a lot of jokes, which made me develop tough skin. And it made me come to the realization that I have to be okay with who I am as a person, physically especially, or I'm going to be torn apart out here in the world. And I noticed that at a very early age. And it wasn't that, I was ugly or anything like that, but people just, I don't know why they had a thing against darker skin, but we know that from what our ancestors has experienced. Like, a darker skin is just a threat to most people. Like, they are so threatened by the skin color, they feel a need to tear you down. They feel a need to talk about you or to knock you down a peg, to make you think that you are lower than them, when really you're not. Your skin color doesn't make you better or worse than the next person. It's just one of your characteristics. So I really don't like what is happening to the women in our society, to men as well, but it's mostly directed towards women. Women are being forced almost to go under the knife in order to be accepted in our community, or at least that's what women think, right? If you talk to a group of women, they're going to tell you that men are desiring women who have, say for instance, a BBL, or they have their lips done, or they have these eyelash extensions, or they have a weave or a bust down and things like that. Like, this is what women think. Like, they really are so delusional. They believe that this is what men are seeking. But if you really talk to men, that's not what a real man is looking for. Men can have fun with women who alter their appearances, but at the end of the day, they're not going to take them as seriously, because deep down inside, it tells them that there's a certain insecurity that was underlying or present there that caused them to crack under the pressure and to go under the knife. Now, people can say that they do these things for themselves, and I mean, of course you do it for you. You're tired of hearing what everybody else is saying about you, or one time somebody may have said something regarding your appearance and you took it to heart and it stuck with you for the rest of your life. But even as much as it's for you, it's for other people, right? Because if you are confident in who God created you as, you're going to show us that by not altering your appearance. You're going to show us that by standing firm in who God made you to be, because you believe that God created you perfectly. I think people think that going under the knife is going to get rid of the insecurity, when it really doesn't. Honestly, it just puts a band-aid on it. It doesn't change the hurt that you felt from people talking about you, or whatever it is that you thought was wrong with you that you had to change. It doesn't change any of the experience you had where that insecurity was highlighted. It doesn't change any of that. All it does is put a band-aid on it. It stops people from talking about it moving forward in a negative way, but people still bring up what you changed. So it's not like you can ever really escape the insecurity. Say you don't like your nose, so you go get it done. Now people are going to talk to you constantly about you having your nose done. It's not like you can ever escape what the original insecurity was. You just find another way to deal with it, and you're not really ever dealing with it. You still are reminded on a daily basis of that insecurity that you tried to get rid of. But I don't even think women are realizing that the surgeries that they have chosen to undergo, it makes them look like trannies. The procedures and things that women are going through today, it makes them look questionable when it comes to what their sex is. And I'm not gonna lie, these surgeries were originally created to basically reconstruct the facial structures of injured soldiers back in the day, and eventually it changed into a way to alter your appearance, and then it turned into a way for people to get a desired look. But why aren't people thinking about where the desired look comes from? Where is this desired look originating at? Who is the original blueprint or prototype of this desired look that you're going to the doctor to try to achieve? It's making everybody look the same when we are literally created as individuals. Nobody is supposed to be walking around looking like another person. And this doesn't just go for lips, butt, hips, boobs, and things like that. This comes for clothing and styles as well. You're not meant to be like another person. Like, life is so special, and everyone has their own separate experience with life. Why not want to live that as an individual? Why not want to put your own step on it? Why not be the blueprint yourself for how somebody's body should be looking, right? Why are you going to achieve a desired look of another person? That tells me there's some secret underlying jealousy or envy there that makes you want to go pay to look like another individual. And y'all could say, oh, my homegirl got surgery, she don't look like no tranny. I got surgery, I don't look like no tranny. Let's really talk about it. If we take a tranny, what is the tranny doing? A person is transitioning from one sex to another. So they're transitioning, for instance, from a male to a female. How do they transition from a male to a female? They are going to the surgeon to get their boobs done. They're going to get permanent boobs. So we have females going to get boob jobs, right? Then you got a person that's transitioning from male to female will go get their butt done in order to look more like a female, right? So what are women with no butts going to do? They're going to go to the doctor to go get their butt done. Again, a man normally has thinner lips than a woman. So what is a man that's transitioning into a woman going to do? He's going to go get his lips done and get this pouty lip look that gives him the effect he thinks to make him look like a female, when really it just tells us that you got your lips done. What is a man that's transitioning to a woman going to do? They're going to go put on a wig in order to make people think that they are a female, right? What are women doing these days? They're going to get wigs. They're doing it up. They're doing big wigs, short wigs, small wigs, tall wigs. Like they're overdoing it. It's overkill with the wig look. What are men that's transitioning to women going to do? They're going to constantly do their makeup, and they're going to go above and beyond, have really dramatic makeup looks in order to give you the effect that they're a woman, when really it's just a manipulation tactic, the makeup styles that they're choosing. But what are women doing now? They're going to go get these extravagant looks every day just to go to the club, but they're doing pounds and pounds, layers and layers of makeup in order to get this desired look. But where is the desired look coming from? You're not even knowing, because every woman on social media is doing it, and it's just the blind leading the blind, one following the other. Nobody's thinking for themselves. I don't even think people think about the ritual that getting surgery really is, right? In your head, you have been made to believe that the way you look is not okay. It's not acceptable to societal norms. It is not going to attract the partner you want. It's not going to allow you to live the lifestyle you want. Like, that is what people are being tricked into thinking about themselves. Now, because they're being tricked into thinking that, being manipulated into thinking how they look is not okay, then from there, they're going to do what they can to hustle up the money to get this surgery. Now, people go to great lengths to get money. So I can't even imagine what some women are having to do to achieve the funds to actually pay for the surgeries. And you could tell who ends up on the lower end of the surgeon list, as opposed to the ones who end up on the higher end. You could tell by the body types and the finished works what end of the spectrum women are ending up on. But once you're tricked, from there you're trying to hustle and do whatever you can to get that money, to get this desired look. Then you risk your life to go under the knife to make these changes. They're nipping here, they're tucking there. They are cutting you open and changing things about yourself, which really is a ritual in itself. Life is spiritual. It starts off spiritual. God formed you before he knew you in your mother's womb. So he formed your spirit first, right? You were put into a vessel, and that vessel brought you to earth. Now, you're not supposed to be changing your body construct. You were made how you were made for a reason. So undergoing that ritual, the BBL ritual, the surgery ritual that most women are looking towards right now, when you go through with that ritual, then you have to become a whole different person. You're not going to be the same person walking into that surgery room that you're going to be when you come out. You're going to be a whole different person. It totally changes who you are. It makes you think you're entitled to a certain type of lifestyle. It makes you more promiscuous. It makes you more filled with lust. And I know this firsthand. I know there's a girl from my city. She is a sweet girl. I'm not going to say I've never had a problem with her. But she is a delivery person. I'll say that, just to kind of not give people the idea of who I'm talking about. But she's a delivery person, and she went and got her whole body done, right? So now she is delivering packages with this insanely chiseled body that she paid for, right? But she doesn't even have a job that aligns with needing to get surgery. Like, there's no reason that you needed to get surgery. I think a lot of women are fooled into thinking that once they get the surgery, that their whole life is going to change, that they're going to be super lit, that they are going to get any man that they want or desire, that men are going to treat them right, men are going to be dropping down at their feet, throwing things at them, giving them whatever they want. They're going to live a life that they could not even imagine, when really that couldn't be further from the truth. When you get the surgery, you are more at risk of health problems. Not only that, you have to do a lot of maintenance to keep that up. The working out that you have to do to maintain the surgery once it's done is the same working out that you could have done to avoid the surgery in the first place. I don't understand how people won't take care of their first body, but they'll go get another one and act like they're going to take care of it. No, you're going to end up right back on that table in a few years. I've seen it firsthand. The things that people start thinking about you anyway once you get the surgery, I don't even think they're worth it in itself. Like, you think you're being talked about before you get the surgery, but once you get the surgery, you're really going to be talked about because everybody knows now that you got surgery. Not only that, now they're questioning your mental state. Now they're questioning, hey, do you even love yourself? They're now knowing that you're attracting a different type of men, because only certain men would mess with a woman who has undergone surgical procedures. That's not for everybody, because a real man is looking for a real woman. He's looking for a woman who is rooted and grounded in who she is, who God created her as, who God created her to be. She may have an insecurity, but she is comfortable enough not only to discuss whatever the insecurity is, but be accepting of it and move on and understand that, you know, there's a reason that she looks like that. There's a reason that whatever the insecurity is that way, and that God made her perfect as she is, and she's going to keep it pushing. She's not going to succumb to societal pressure to go under the knife to change something to appease the looks of other people. Now, a lot of women say they want true love out here. A lot of people say they want true love in general, but we see a lot of people hiding behind a mask. When you undergo surgical procedures to change things, that's you hiding behind a mask. A person doesn't know who you really are because they only know who you created yourself as. Now they're trying to deal with the insecurity or wound that was opened up, that they really don't even know what the womb is because you covered it up on the outside, but you didn't do any of the inner work to make sure you're also healed on the inside. As long as you go about fixing the insecurity the fast way, which is undergoing a surgical procedure, then you'll never actually heal that wound. And because it's already fixed on the outside, you'll never actually do the work to make sure you're healed on the inside. You don't have to anymore, right? Because you look different. When every time you look in the mirror, what you're going to see is that same thing that you saw before you went under the surgical procedure. That's how you're going to always view yourself. You're always going to try to fix something. You're never going to be completely satisfied because you didn't learn to love your original self. You got to be careful when it comes to wanting to look like another person, because you have to think about it. The person who created you is not the same person who created this desired look. This desired look is manufactured in a doctor's office. It's not real. It's not reality. When in reality, if you walk around after you undergo these surgical procedures, you look out of place. People notice these things on you. You think you're hiding in plain sight. Well, no, we can tell you touch this. We can tell you touch that. We can tell you mess with that. We can tell you did this. We can tell. Don't be fooled into thinking that it's not noticeable, that it looks natural. No, it doesn't. We can tell. We see it. We see it. The cap is on your head. We know it. Like, ultimately, before undergoing a surgical procedure, like, I just wish people would be real with themselves. Just admit to themselves that they want to look like another person because they think that other person has a life that they want. It's all about wanting to take on the appearance of the other person. It's all by superficial standards anyway. They don't understand that what really matters is on the inside of you. It's not on the outside. Outside looks can change anytime. I just talked to y'all about surgical procedures for a minute now. Like, people can go and literally physically change whatever they want. You can't change what's on the inside without doing the work. So people are running to the doctor to go change what people see, when really you need to be working on your inner self, working on your relationship with God, working on your spirituality. That way you understand that you don't need a new nose. You don't need new lips. You don't need the fat removed from your stomach and put into your booty. You don't need wider hips. You don't need a boob lift. You don't need any of that. All you need is a relationship with your Lord and Savior, Yeshua. That's all you need. You don't even understand how fulfilling a relationship is with the Messiah. That's what you need. You don't need a surgical procedure. Plastic surgery, honestly, is spiritually destructive. Again, because you're fixing something on the outside, you don't have to do the work on the inside. You're not forced to. You're fixing it on the outside, you're putting a band-aid on it, and you're going through life still the same damaged person you were before you touched whatever it was. And, I understand, a couple of things people do to enhance their features. Like, I can understand mink lashes and things like that. Like, okay, lashes are cute. you know, not too much, but lashes are cute. I can understand, you know, getting your hair done. Okay, I understand. Like every morning, you don't want to mess with your hair. You don't know how to do your own hair. You have to be presentable to go into work and things like that. I could get that. I understand that. Okay, you go get your teeth done. Like, I understand. I understand. Like your mouth is important. Dental hygiene is important. Like that tooth that was dead in your mouth, like was gonna fall out or it was impacting you eating. I can understand that. But a nip tuck, like I still don't get that. And like I said, like God has created us in a way that we need to be created in order to live the life that we need to live. People are cheating at life. You are taking shortcuts. Where if we line everybody up based off how they originally came to the world, based off who they really are before they touch everything, like nobody would be bad out here. There wouldn't be no bad bees. None of them. Nobody would be bad because we would have to go off what's on the inside of us versus what's on the outside. But because we could touch the outside, people feel like they don't got to work on what's on the inside. No, you still need to do the work. Being unhappy with your looks in general is a genetic curse. Period, point blank. It comes from a long line of insecure people that felt so insecure with themselves that they had to project onto other people what their insecurities were, and now other people take on those insecurities and it passed down from generation to generation to generation. And not only that, some people throughout those generations get the bright idea to go have plastic surgery to fix whatever their insecurity is that is passed down from generation to generation. And then other people within the generations are seeing that as well. And then they're going to get plastic surgery to fix the insecurity as well. And now that's another generational curse being added on through the lineage. When you can avoid all that by just being content with who you are. I can't tell you that your nose is not too big. I can't say that to you. I can't say that your butt isn't too small. I can't say that to you because however you think is what you think. I can sit right here all day and remind you how perfect you are because God created you in his image, but you're not going to believe me. Only the Lord can remind you of this. And that's the good thing about coming into a relationship with God. You get peace. You can literally pray, God, bless me with the ability to accept myself as I am. Bless me with the vision to see myself for the beautiful human being that you created me to be. And God will start refining your images. God will start refining how you see yourself. You just have to pray for it. But he's not going to bless you while you're longing to be with someone else. How can he give you peace of mind about that? You're being envious. That's a sin in itself. Like you're envying someone else's looks. You want to look just like them. You want to take that away from them and you want it for yourself. That's why you go and touch things that you don't need to be touching. I'm telling you, send the wrong message out to people when you go touch yourself, when you go change something that doesn't need to be changed. We are all beautiful. Beautiful. God has given you a beautiful canvas to work with. He didn't say go to the doctor and change these things about yourself on the canvas. No. But he has given you things to enhance your beauty. Like I said, you don't need to go under the knife. You can go to the gym. A gym membership is cheaper than the payments you're going to be making to that surgeon. To the maintenance upkeep that you're going to have to be doing from year to year, because I believe you have to go back and get additional surgeries after a period of time. You can't, it's not like you get it done once and you're done forever. Why do you think people keep going back? Oh, this is round 1. Oh, this is round 2. Oh, this is round 3 of my BBL and stuff like that. Like, I'm telling you, it leads to a long life of medical problems. We don't even know how it looks when you're older because this thing just started becoming a trend. So God forbid you get with a man who is not really in love with you and you need your butt wipe, your BBL wipe when you're older. He's gonna leave you. Nobody's doing that. And I heard it as a smell. Look, I ain't even gonna go in on it. What I'm really saying is accept yourself as who you are. It's okay to enhance your features naturally, but to undergo surgery to appeal to other people, it's just insane to me. I can't understand it. I don't get it. Work with who you are. Try to see yourself as God sees you. That way you can accept yourself for who you really are. We don't want a love-hate relationship with the mirror. We want to love what we see in the mirror. And you can change all of this not only by praying, but with affirmations as well. So when you look into the mirror every morning and you see something that you don't like, change your verbiage. Change the conversation that you have with yourself when you see what you don't like. Let me give y'all an example. When I was growing up, I was like in the 3rd grade. I was running, and I had a bad habit of doing this all the time anyway, but I was running, and I hadn't tied my shoes, and I had a book in my hand and some bags in the other, and I ended up falling flat on my face. Not only was I was running with my mouth wide open laughing and stuff, but I fell on my face, and I ended up chipping my tooth. And now I kind of had like a crooked tooth right here because of what happened to me when I fell when I was younger. And I remember growing up and asking my mom, like, Mom, can I get braces? Mom, can I get braces? And my mom kept telling me, like, girl, you don't need no braces. Now I know she was hating on me. She didn't want me to be that girl. But I don't hate her for not allowing me to get braces to escape the ridicule, to escape the jokes that people may have said to me, to escape, you know, kids like making fun of me for having a chipped tooth. I don't hate her for not giving in to the criticism that I was facing. I don't hate her for that. I actually love her for it, you know, because it made me see myself for who I really was. And not only that, it helped me learn how to love myself for who I really am. It helped me understand how beautiful I am no matter what my teeth look like. It made me understand how small a tooth is to who you are as a person. Like, you know what's the crazy part is? Like, teeth are something you can get fixed at any time. So, I mean, with the right amount, you can go get your tooth fixed at any time. So, what I liked about not actually going to get my smile fixed is, like, the people who come into my life, who I connect with, who I date, who I find relationships with and things like that, it helps me see who they are as a person. Because if a person is so shallow where they're not going to give me what I deserve when it comes to a relationship or anything else because I chipped my tooth when I was younger, then that's not a person that I need beside me anyway. So it helps me weed out real men from fake men, right? Nobody has ever said to me, oh, I don't like you because your tooth is chipped. But I can imagine how many shallow people out there have not giving me a chance because of that. And that's okay because, again, they're not for me anyway. But wouldn't you like to have the same experience? Don't you want to be with somebody who really loves you for you as opposed to somebody who loves you for who you turned yourself into? Again, being happy with your looks is a generational curse, which you can break. You can literally release yourself from the shackles of that generational curse just by doing a little praying, a few affirmations. You can even journal and tell yourself how this insecurity came about anyway. Remind yourself of that and give that insecurity back to that person. Again, people project their insecurities on us throughout our whole life. We take on a lot of things that people think about us and not even realizing that that's not something we truly think about ourselves. It's just a thought that we took on from another person. So remind yourself that you are beautiful. Remind yourself that the right person is going to see you for the person that you are, for the person who God created you to be, and you don't have to change a thing. Now, I'm not saying don't work on yourself, don't become a better person, don't get in the gym, don't focus on your health. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm saying don't go pay to change something that God created you to be, okay? Say, for instance, your husband, that man you've been praying for, he don't even like booty. He don't even like booty. He your true love. He don't even like hips. He don't like none of that. He like him flat back there. He like him a nice little nothing to grab on, okay? And you go get surgery. Now, for the rest of your life, you in failed relationship after failed relationship, talking stage after talking stage, situationship after situationship, and you, in your old age, you can't understand, why did I not find my husband? And then it hits you. You actually ran into your man, but you had that big old rump on the back of you that you went to go buy that looked extra heavy. It didn't look natural. It didn't match your thighs or anything like that. He could clearly tell that you got it done. And he was actually interested in a woman, or he was seeking a wife with no booty. So just think about it like that. Like that's how serious it could be. One little decision can change the whole outcome of your life. And you'll be sitting right here chasing men with money. You'll be sitting right here chasing these celebrities. You'll be sitting right here being groupie. You'll be sitting right here doing OnlyFans. You'll be sitting right here doing Pornhub. You'll be sitting for the rest of your life in that cycle that the BBO ritual put you in. Not understanding that all you had to do was love yourself to avoid it in the first place. Now, I'm going to go through a few scriptures. Now, although the Bible does not specifically address surgery, God does address trusting him and understanding that he is the reason that you were created as you are. So the first scripture I have is 1 Peter chapter 3, verses 3 through 4. And it says, your beauty should not come from outward adornment, such as elaborate hairstyles and the wearing of gold jewelry or fine clothes. Rather, it should be that of your inner self, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is of great worth in God's sight. So God says you don't catch his attention by having elaborate hairstyles, by wearing jewelry, by wearing the finest clothes or any outward adornments. He says your beauty, this is how you catch God's eye. Your beauty comes from your inner self, from a gentle and quiet spirit. That's of great worth in God's sight. So many people try to hide behind jewelry, right? Which is crazy because we fought so hard to get out of chains, but we'll put a chain on our neck, right? And other people measure our success based off this chain we have on our neck. When we try so hard not to be in chains at all, right? But we hide behind jewelry. We hide behind fine clothes. We hide behind designers who don't even rock with our kind. We hide behind designers who promote activities that endanger our children. We hide behind designers that raise the prices on our kind. When we make up the majority of their customer base and they just keep raising the prices on us because they know we're going to pay it just to say we are better than the next person, when clothes don't make you. If anything, designers actually draw more attention. I try to make it a point where, okay, maybe I'll throw one designer piece in my outfit, but I try to avoid any flashy designer at all because it can attract the wrong spirit. People are so materialistic, they'll befriend you just because you're wearing a Gucci belt, just because you're wearing Balenciaga, just because you're wearing this and that. People will befriend you. People will come into your life and try to steal from you. They'll take from you. They'll rob you. They'll do all kind of things. People will unalive you just to get some of that designer. So I try not to even do that anyway because it just draws the wrong type of attention. And I don't like being prejudged and thought of as one of these women out here who are materialistic when that's not who I am. I just bought it because I liked it, right? But it also taught about hairstyles as well. Again, women go through great lengths in order to not wear their natural hair. Now, coming from a person who did hair for most of their life, I love a good hairstyle. I love a good hair video. I love watching the miracles that some of these hairstylists work on other women, on men too, because I've seen men have the pieces and everything, which again, enhance your beauty. But why do we try so hard not to look like who we are? We got blue hair, we got blonde hair. Well, we know we ain't got no blonde hair. We got purple hair, pink hair, burgundy hair, yellow hair, orange hair, green hair. I mean, you name it, I've seen it. We are putting all these colors in our hair, and I get it. People want to stand out, they want attention, but why are you trying so hard not to look like who you are? You take away the hair, you take away the makeup, you take away the clothes, you take away the jewelry, and you look like a whole different person. Why do you want that? Why don't you want to be recognized for who you truly are, who God created you to be? Wouldn't it be great to get attention with your natural hair? With a natural hairstyle, with the hairstyle that makes you look like who you are as a person. Like who you really are when you take away all that stuff. Like, don't you want to be recognized for who you are as a person? I don't understand why people don't want to be recognized for themselves. Like, that's why I try not to do too much makeup. I try not to do anything these days that make me look like somebody other than who I am. That's the reason I decided to lock my hair. That's the reason I don't even wear crazy nails anymore. I just like to look as much like myself as possible. Like, I just love myself. And that's just how much I love myself. I want to be recognized for who I am. When you go out here and you do these crazy hairstyles, when you look like somebody other than who you are, you do a bunch of makeup and stuff like that, then you're going to always have to look like that to be accepted by these people. I'm telling you right now, like, what kind of life is that to live? Constantly having to look like who other people want you to look like. That's crazy. Next scripture I have is 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 7, it says, turn all of your anxiety over to God because he cares for you. So any anxious feelings you have about your shape, about your looks, about your skin color, about your skin type, about your hair type, your hair length, or anything like that, cast your anxieties over to God. Let him know, God, I'm anxious about this. God, I'm anxious about this. God, I have anxiety when it comes to this. Oh my God, I have to go in front of this group of people tomorrow and I'm anxious about this. I have anxiety about them seeing me like this, God. And God will take all of your anxiety away. He'll give you peace about who you are as a person because he wants you to be at peace. He didn't create you the way you are in order for you to be upset every day, in order for you to be stressed out about who you are as a person. He didn't create you to be like that. He created you to love who you are, period, because he loves you. He wants you to see yourself as he sees you. And that leads me to my next scripture, Isaiah 26 verse 3. You will keep in perfect peace those whose mind are steadfast because they trust in you. So he said he'll keep you in perfect peace, okay? He'll keep you in peace about who you are, how you look, your situation. He'll keep you in peace about it. Just remain steadfast in who you are. Just remain steadfast and trust in him, and he'll give you peace about your situation, I promise you. The next scripture I have is going to be Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 17. And it says, but I will restore you to health and heal your wounds, declares the Lord, because you are called an outcast, Zion, for who no one cares. God says, because no one cares for you, because you're outcasted for how you look, for who you are. God says he will restore you to health and heal your wounds. No one is more attractive than a confident person. No one is more attractive than a person who loves themselves. I promise you that. You are going to attract who you need to attract. All you have to do is love who you are. And here's my last scripture. It's going to come from 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7. It says, for the spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline. God says the spirit that he gave you is not a timid spirit. It's not a spirit who is scared or upset or embarrassed about how they look. It's a spirit that gives you power. It gives you power to push through any kind of opposition you face regarding how you look or who you are as a person. It gives you love and self-discipline. Period, point blank. So everything you need to become comfortable with who you are is already inside you. All you have to do is tap into it. I hope you got something from my message today. If you did, make sure you check out some of my other messages. I will see you in the next video. Janique here, Janique TV. Make sure you check out Crooked Smile by J. Cole. That's my move for this whole video. I'll see you in the next one. Janique here, Janique TV. Peace.